Welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. Welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Welcome. I have my Princess Lily sat right there. Happy as Larry. I don't actually employed a Larry and he wasn't right happy, so in fact he stole from me. Maybe then he was happy, who knows. Anyway, welcome. Today we're going to talk about an ever growing conversation that is happening not just with me but with many thousands upon millions of people right now, and that is cancer. People are finding cancer within the body, lumps and so on. This week alone I've had, I think, minimum of 10-11 people. Last week, it's Monday today, no messages today about cancer thus far, but last week it was horrendous. Friends, personal friends, and a lot of people that I've known for many years. I made a video not so long ago, and it was with regards to things that have been happening in this world, and we're seeing more and more the poisons that are being pushed within the physical body. The non-foods which are now attacking fruit and vegetables, which I don't know if you already know, guys, but they've already been preparing for this. I won't say the word, but you know what everybody's had in their arm for the past few years. Well, they've already counteracted, knowing that the people they most wanted to inject was the natural, healthy people who can see past the bullshit. And the way they're going to do it is, what do natural people who can see past the bullshit eat? Fruit and vegetables. They're already creating these monster non-products called fruit and vegetables, which are basically riddled with all of those poisons that are inside the vaccines. I shouldn't have said that, should I? But they're there. It's for anybody to go and research. It's there. It's in every vegetable. Nearly, they're creating it in all fruits. So you're not going to be able to get away with it unless you grow your own fruit and vegetables, and unless you are 100% sure you're sourcing correctly the food. But to be fair, the chances of you eating natural, healthy, organic food now is zero. Oh, be careful, because look what you just did. Zero. Yes, how else can you do zero in without people thinking you're a shill? And I'm sick of those as well. I'm sick of the truther movement, which has been hijacked with absolute numpties, tools, and anybody who thinks they're a bloody Sherlock Holmes, give me a break and keep well away from my channel, because you are nothing but idiots that is causing more damage in this world. So, growing your own fruit and veg obviously is important. Finding places where you can grow them, joining together with maybe one or two people maximum, get yourself an allotment and search for natural seeds. I'm diverse in here, I'm going off topic, but the reason why so many people are finding lumps is because of the trauma that has happened over these 3 years. So let's just say that it was a military industrial psyop. So basically it was created that way. Why? You can speculate as much as you want. It can be control, separate the masses to control them, make them sick so you can make money on them, make them sick so that they will not stand up and rise up against you, make them sick then they don't have any creativity, make them sick so they vibrate at fear, sickness, illness, which feeds entity and negative entity and dark energy, and those that enjoy doing ritual abuses, and so on. That you can go on forever. But it's a big tick and a big yes to those who walk in darkness. Those who walk in love, we see the pain and we see the struggle of our fellow brothers and sisters. And thus, I made a video many years ago saying I was very worried that the rate of cancer would be 1 to 2, or is it 2 to 1? So for every 2 people, one of them will receive cancer. I said that it will become eventually 1-to-1. So maybe if you meet 1.5 people, you know, if you understand what I mean, it's getting to the point where it's nearly, let's just call it on average. I think 95% of people are going to get cancer. Only 5% won't, because they're the ones who are awake to what's going on. So, and even those 5% have to work very hard, because you have to trust people when you're going out for a meal. You have to trust people what products you're using. You have to trust your dentist. You have to trust everybody. And most things has been hijacked. So even those people don't even know. So you have to do the homework. That's the hard thing. And most people just don't have time. They're too busy trying to pay their mortgage, keep the wolf from the door, which is the parasite government, and so on. So that's one side of things. And the other side of things is the emotional. And the emotional is really, really important that we understand this. What I've seen over the years is the emotional torture, trauma that we manifest cancer within the body. So if you're living in a body of fear, you cannot heal. Your body can't heal. If you live in a body of anger of any type, your body cannot heal. If you live in regret, if you live in grief, if you live in jealousy, if you live in the fears of, let's say, having money and not losing it, I don't want to lose it, or not having money, being jealous of somebody else, and being in that fear of never having money, all of these things go towards the growth and the manifestation of cancer. Now you can talk about family. So you can talk about, let's just stick with this. Frustration is a big one too. I am frustrated because I never achieved this in my life, because I see everybody else achieving and I'm not. So that is a frustration that causes great cancer in the body. And then we move on to family and partnerships and so on. So depending on what part of your body we talk about, say for instance, if you're feminine, if you've got breasts, sometimes that has, you got breast cancer, that has sometimes to do with family members. Okay, I'm not going to start going into details, it's not important. But yeah, if you are always in fear of your partner losing your partner, that can cause effects on certain parts of the body for the woman. Man, I've often mentioned this before, I saw this a lot with men who had testicular cancer, struggled with a lot of frustrations in their life, never achieving, or never could make a decision. So they're always struggling with decisions, whether it's going with this person or being with this lover or that lover, or should I be this or could I do that, and the struggles of life causes that manifestation in parts of the body. So you see, it's so important, it's vital that you learn to let go. And there's something that just keeps popping up in my mind as I'm talking to you now. I remember David Icke once saying, he has this, I think it was it 5-second or 10-second thought? And because they asked him, why don't you ever get upset when people say nasty things about you? And he says, I have this 10-second thought. If I had cancer and I'd got a day or 2 days to live, would any of those things bother me? And quite rightly so, they wouldn't. So I'm going to let all that go because it's not important. But you know, there's a double-edged sword with that. And I've thought about this because there's a lot of people who have cancer that then end up in the same fear base because of the cancer. So although you might not worry about any of those things, you're now changing that worry to cancer. So now I am cancer, I have cancer, I am going to die. What's going to happen? Should I have chemotherapy, radiotherapy? Should I go natural? Could I die if I don't? And so on and so on. So really, that idea of, you know, it's a great idea. If I had cancer or 2 days to live or a week to live, would any of that matter? No, it wouldn't. But then this would matter, of living, because most people are fearful of death. That's the truth. That's why most people are so easily swayed to do whatever they're told to do because they're fear of death. I don't fear death. So if I had cancer tomorrow, I know what I'd do. I'd go straight on a vegan diet. I'd eat raw foods, wouldn't touch anything else but raw foods, drink plenty of water, and start working on myself and ask myself, why is it that I've accumulated this ball of pus that's inside my body? What have I eaten to do that? And what energy of frustration, fears, traumas are still trapped in me that has been manifesting over the years to cause this cancer to come out? Because you need both energies for this to happen. You need poisons, and you also need a weak environment in your body, which is fear, worry, and all the other terrible energies that manifest into a cesspit of sickness. Okay, so that's what I'd be thinking about. What is it? And I'd be now looking at what I can do to try and clear that away. I'd be looking at myself. I'd be looking at myself more. I think personally I've cleared most of my issues away. There's always new issues that come up, but past traumas, I think I've cleared it. I don't have any issues with my dad. I love him, talk to him, even though he doesn't talk back, because I think he's come back into this world again after a good few years. Because I do believe in reincarnation, but not in the way of the idea of walking into the light and then just coming back here as a trap. No, not at all. I believe that we choose to come back here. It's not a trap at all. That's my humble opinion, personal opinion. Why? Because I've worked with clients who moved into the light, who came to me after they moved into the light to give a message to their loved ones many, many hundreds of times. So they didn't know anything about the light. They didn't know how to look into the light or not look into the light or where to go, but somehow they ended up back in our spirit world, not in the body of another person. So that's my take on that. But going back to cancer, for many, many years, when I first started, I fully focused on people with cancer because I wanted to make a difference to heal my mum that I couldn't heal when she had cancer, and her stomach blew up into a ball, and she died, and I had to watch her go through that. So I wanted to give back. So I opened my doors freely many years ago when I was 38 to anybody who had cancer. So people used to come up from Quebec, all over the place, CC, P something, all over. People who had cancer came, and I'd give free healings. And I learned a lot. And the ones that cleared the cancer, and the ball just went to nothing, were the ones who believed that they could get rid of it. They knew it wasn't them. They knew it was just something that was passing through. Most people are so bought into the idea that they are cancer that they manifest the cancer to get bigger. And of course, then there's more fear, and the body then is creating that space for that to grow even more, a bit like a weed taking over. So what I found was, when I was giving healing sessions to clients, that they would tell me, and this would be noted by many people, they would go to have another scan, and the scan would say that the cancer ball has gone down now, it's shrinking, and not everybody went on a raw food diet. In fact, some people continued to smoke and drink, but they believed in the healing process so much that they healed themselves, because a healer doesn't heal you, you heal yourself, depending on what frame and mind you are. And you'll never hear that's something that will never be talked about, apart from nurses. Nurses will tell you that. Nurses, if you said to a nurse, it's happened to me loads of times, gone into hospitals and spoken to nurses, and they've been Reiki masters, and they've said to me after, I really enjoyed you doing healing on that lady, thank you very much. You know that she's gonna be okay, right? And I'm going, no, not really, but I hope so. Oh yeah, you know which ones are going to survive and which aren't. And I'd go, seriously? How do you know? Positive mental attitude, the ones that just know it. And the ones who say, oh, I'm going to die, they're the ones that move into the light. Interesting, eh? Even nurses can see that. They're not allowed to say it, by the way, of course they're not. So going back to this idea of what would I do if I had cancer now, I wouldn't be surprised. I would just say, okay, well, there's been stuff that I've eaten, there's been sufferings that I've held on to. So that was the manifestation of past. I'm doing my best now to fix that now, to heal it and to let it go. So my positive mental attitude shall kick in, no fear. Cancer is not in me, it's just passing through. So it's just like a spot on my face, okay? There's a spot on my face, I'm just going to get rid of it. And it's going to go, and it will go. Oh, you're talking about cancer. Get rid of this guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I've got cancer and he's horrible. This is what I'm hearing now people are going to be thinking. But your positive mental attitude makes all the difference. Okay, so you can buy into cancer. You can now scream and shout at me and say all the bad things that you want. It's okay, I'm used to it. I'm just telling you what I would do. So I would be looking at now changing my whole lifestyle even more than I do to fine-tune my healing. So no fear, no worries, no negativity, no thinking of anything negative at all. I'd be putting on beautiful music. I'd be doing meditation every day. I'd be self-healing every day. I'd be rubbing on certain oils onto me. Don Tolman's oil is fantastic. Rub that onto the lump. I keep rubbing it on 3 times a day. It's called Golden Relief. Hopefully one day when I get all the products, he's allowed me to make it and sell it under his name, which is amazing. And I will do when I have the time and have the effort to put into it. So Golden Relief. I have been inundated by messages of people who say that the oil from Lemon House, which is the sacred oil, as well as Mark Bajerski's sacred oil, is fantastic for it, and they've been rubbing it on and they've noticed a massive difference. However, choose what feels right for you. Whatever you're massaging on there, you're trying to heal that place and shrink and shrivel it away so it goes. So any focus on that of positive, of clearing, of getting rid of is a plus. Also, starve it, don't feed it. Do not touch anything to do with sugar. Sugar is the poison. It's like sugar is basically like me giving an animal rat poison. It's the same thing. No, it isn't. Stop saying that. Yes, it is. Your body goes through exactly the same process. It's just that you don't know, and the body is powerful. It is pure white poison. It's pure white evil. Stay away from it. Ask everybody if you ever go out of the door and somebody offers you something to drink or something to eat. Is there any? Look, I can't have any kind of sugar because it'll kill me. Okay, you'll hear the difference then of people saying, oh, I'm sorry, I can't serve you then. Oh, why is that then? Oh, because we put sugar into it. Oh, but you don't tell people you put sugar into your food, do you? Oh, no, it's normal. No, it's not normal. So when I'm in ballet, I say to wherever I go, oh, by the way, I have a sugar intolerance and I can go into a fit or I can pass out or I could die. Okay, you should see the difference to what they do then and what they give you. Okay, I'm sorry, we can't serve you that. Oh, I'm sorry, can't serve you that juice. Well, oh, why is that then? Everything's got sugar in. That's right, it has on it, but you don't tell people. So you walk into a supermarket, it's going to have sugar in. Okay, you walk into a supermarket, you think you're getting fruit and vegetables. Maybe you're not. Maybe it's already been rat poisoned with chemicals, with pesticides, which have been absorbed into the food, which is known to absorb into the food. So you're not really eating fruit and vegetables, you're eating pesticides. Guess what? It's going to feed that bag. That bag's going to get bigger. So you want to reduce the bag. So the first thing mainstream want to do is cut it out. Well, you cut a bag open and what happens to the stuff inside the bag? It's going to seep out. I'm sorry, Mr. Bajerski, it's all over your body. I wonder why that is. So my thinking is I want to reduce that bag till nothing's there. So by eating correctly, by meditating and changing your life from fear to positivity, all good things, all happy things, all wonderful things, I'll start to reduce that bag. If you start to worry today, that bag's going to get bigger and bigger because your environment is becoming more toxic, okay? You've got to change your toxic environment to a positive and healthy and healing environment, okay? So only, for me, fruit and vegetables. Why? Because fruit and vegetables have, and raw has this electrifying energy of healing to the body. Plenty of water. And there's so many other things you can start working on. Listen to the Don Tolmans of the world. There's so many beautiful natural products and that you can start cleansing your body and healing your body. So in my fridge and in my like toolbox for the physical body stuff, if I have like earache and issues inside my body, I take a few drips of peroxide, which is natural food grade peroxide. So you need to water it down or in a glass, and you might start with 1 drop in the glass, but you need to get you need advice, okay? But for me, I'd start with 1 or 2 drops in a big glass and then drink it twice a day. And your whole body then starts to neutralize all the nastiness in there, okay? And these are the things that I'd be looking at doing. And there's so many things. You know what I find interesting? When somebody gets cancer, what happens is, and I've seen it so many times, they'll go to one person, they'll get a protocol, and then they'll fear that protocol and go to another, and then everybody's telling everybody what to do. Before you know it, you're so confused, you don't know what to do, and nothing works. My feeling is stick to one protocol, okay? One protocol. That's what I would suggest. So, it's going to get worse, for sure. They're poisoning the skies, they're poisoning our radio waves, our TV. They're trying anything they can to poison and make our body ill by way of fear and frequency. So 4+1G, all the towers, the spraying, if you believe that, don't care if you do or you don't. I'm just telling you what I know when I walk out this door, and when those skies are not trying to cover up the sun, which is a vital part of our health and well-being, then you can understand why partly they're doing it. But the other reason why is whatever is inside that spray is coming down and landing on Mother Earth and landing on you and I. So we need to keep ourselves clean and tidy. We need to heal ourselves constantly. And they're always projecting this idea of health. They take over Solgar, they take over all the main companies, and sure enough, they're going to poison everything by memos from wherever. Oh, but our company, hang on, wait a minute, mate. Your company is what? Oh, yeah, where'd you buy your stuff from? Oh, we buy it from corporations. So you've no idea what goes into that stuff that you're selling that you say is healthy. If it's coming from corporations, don't give me that crap. You've no idea. Unless you're picking it yourself and putting it into that jar and giving it to your clients, you haven't got a clue. You're making it up. And that is why you've got to be careful, guys. You've got to be sharp. You've got to be clever. You've got to be doing your research. You've got to do your homework. But hey, most people won't. Most people are too lazy. No, my government won't do that. Good luck to you, mate. Take care. Well done. Okay, then. So I just wanted to make this short video, not really wanting to give you any answers, in the sense that I want to give you food for thought. Think about it. Where you're going to go from here. Maintaining the body is vital to keeping away cancer. So you've got to heal your past. You've got to forgive. You've got to let go. You've got to work on yourself. You've got to find joy in the moments that you have. You've got to stop stressing about everything that could happen, which doesn't happen. You've got to have to learn to flow, live in the moment. You're going to have to learn to start, you know what? I'm not having 3 sugars anymore in my tea. I'm going to have 2 sugars. And maybe I'm going to have 1 sugar. And maybe I'm going to have half a sugar. And maybe I don't really need it anymore. Hey, welcome to my world. And no, I don't think I'll go for that cake. I think I'll go for a piece of fruit and vegetable instead. A piece of fruit at the end of my meal. And you know what? I'm just going to leave that meat today, okay? Because I don't really know where it's come from, okay? So maybe I'll just have some nice fruit and veg. Are they natural, organic? Brilliant. I'll have some of them. Does that sound boring to you? Well, let me tell you, it isn't. There's nothing boring about Mother Earth giving you everything that she grows for you to give you what you need to electrify your body, to keep safe and happy and well, so you're not laying down on a hospital bed wondering what the hell you have to do now to get better. You know, this kind of prevention is far better than looking for a cure. Trust me. Okay, so look after your body every day. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Smile as much as you can. Heal yourself. Work with crystals. Work with anybody that gives you that peace that comes over you. You know how do you know that's like bottling? If you get a moment of peace and you could bottle that up, you could sell it for 10,000 euros, because most people don't even know what peace is. They haven't got a clue. They spend all day long looking at a phone, even when they're at a beautiful place. They don't know how or even where peace is. So if you work towards inner peace, if you find that emptiness in you, that means you have to clear away all the poisons, because you can't have peace without clearing the negative energy, because the negative energy doesn't allow you to have peace. You just have a mind full of nonsense, of illusion, delusion. Inner peace is a beautiful thing. Not trying to do anything, not trying to be anybody, not trying to prove anything, not trying to create in the sense of I need to be better than them, or I need to be like them. No, this is me, and I'm happy with who I am. And by doing that, you clear all the fear that's being pushed into you every day by a black screen, which is poisonous, trying to poison your mind for you to believe that you're not good enough, you're not worthy, and for God's sake, it does not want you to know how powerful healer you truly are, and how you can connect to your higher self and create anything that you want. And that's why I make this video saying you can manifest beautiful love and healing inside you, but you can also manifest cancer. And that's my message today. Food for thought. Think about it. Have a great day. Love you all. This was only done from a pure heart. No other reason, because I'm seeing it more and more, and we're being censored every day. You know what's being censored most of all? It's not just words anymore. It's health. And do you know what else is being censored? Number one, sickness. They're not talking about illness or sickness or disease anymore, whatever that is. Not talking about it. People are dying every moment. People are getting sick of different sicknesses every moment. Not talking about it. They're not telling you anything. And there's a reason for it. Think about it. If they're not going to help you, there's only one person who can help you, and that's yourself. Take care.